My life, like many of yours, is filled with lots of wonderful things to include working, writing, creating, gardening, exercising, and cooking. Yes, cooking. I'm on a mission to change the way we see, experience, and relate to food. The concept of Sankofa reminds us to go back and fetch what was essential for maintaining a quality and wholesome lifestyle and apply it to modern day practices. So, would you like to join me at the table? Family, as you can see, I am striking out on yet another road trip, this time the beautiful Charleston, South Carolina, or the Low Country as some would call it. This is sort of an impromptu getaway, so I'm going to try to pack it all in like the next 24 hours. While traveling, I was intrigued by some cars on the side of the road, so I decided to stop and check it out. Looks like they were maybe fishing or searching for clams or oysters or something. Because it's early in the morning and not quite time to check into the hotel, I've decided to visit the Charleston Tea Garden. It was formerly known as the Charleston Tea Plantation. Now owned by the Bigelow family, it has hundreds of thousands of tea bushes over many acres of land. They offer a trolley tour of the gardens. They have educational overviews of how the tea leaves are processed, and they have an extensive gift shop that sells all things tea, and that's right up my alley. Welcome back to my Sankofa table. I am your host, Tia Capers, and today, family, I am at the Charleston Tea Garden here in, I think it's called Wadmalaw Island, South Carolina. So I'm standing in front of the gift shop. Behind me is probably acres and acres of tea leaves, and also the trolley, which you can take a tour around the gardens to find out more. So if this is something you're interested in, stay tuned, stick around, because I am visiting Charleston, South Carolina, and I'll be going to the beach. I'll be doing hotel hot plate shenanigans. I may go over to the market. I may see some historical things. So if that's something you're interested in, then stay tuned, stick around, and when we come back, I'll be sharing more. Thank you. It was very interesting learning how the black and green teas are processed. There was so much to see in the gift shop, all thing tea, of course, and they even had a tea sampling, which I did try some of the tea. Outside on the front porch, I even had the opportunity to meet Waddy the frog. Well, back on the road, time to head over to the hotel, which is about 45 minutes away. So I figure by the time I get there, it'll be time to check in. Because I plan on visiting the beach, of course, Isle of Palm Beach to be exact, I made sure to get a hotel very near there. As you know, I'm serious about my sunrises and my sunsets. But while I'm in Charleston, or in the Charleston area, I do plan on visiting some of the historic sites, such as like maybe the city market, the Battery, of course, Mother Emanuel AME Church is located there. Some of the plantations, I probably won't go to the plantations, but they do exist. While en route, I couldn't help but notice all of the construction going on. I guess that's pretty much the norm in a lot of larger cities these days. Charleston is known for its beautiful sweetgrass basketry, its Gullah Geechee culture, and various foundational Black American historical facts dating back hundreds of years. It's also known as the Low Country, and it gets its name from the low-lying topography, and it's located at the southernmost tip of the state. A large part of the Low Country sits at or below sea level, hence the bridges. At last, finally pulling up to the hotel, ready to get settled in, get everything sanitized, and run over to the beach so I can do what? Yes, catch the sunset. I did not have to bring my hot plate and skillet this time because this particular room has a mini kitchen. So it's fully equipped and has everything that I need, so I should be good to go. Time to get everything wiped down, sanitized, unpacked, and settled in. So family, if you want to feel like home away from home, you take your sheet set or a flat sheet and put it on top of the hotel sheet. You take your cover of choice, a blanket, or in this case I have like a comforter cover, and you put it on top of that, and then you take your own pillowcases here and you put them on top of their pillows, and you're all set. So usually I take a queen fitted sheet and just throw it on top of the couch so it fits snugly. The corners here fit snugly over the corners of the couch. You can make it as long as you want it and just tuck the rest into there, and then you can sit comfortably on the couch. You don't have to worry about sanitation. When you check out, you take it all home, wash it, put it back in a bag, and it's ready to go for the next time. All right, family, you asked what's in my cooler for my hotel stay. Well, it's empty now, but I had some oranges in there. I had some cut up onions and bell pepper and a little bit of aquafaba. I have a avocado for guacamole in the morning with my avocado toast. I have some leftover, or I made this yesterday for the road. So I have some soup, veggie soup here, or my Sankofa soup. I have some mustard for my chickpea crab cakes later. I have some fruit, so I have apples, and I have a cucumber from the garden. I have some water and milk back there, blueberries, strawberries, more onions, peppers, and a lime, I believe. And I have some spelt bread and some water. Now, over here, I mixed up my chickpea crab cake mix here, so all I have to do is fry it a little bit in some grapeseed oil, and I cooked some black-eyed peas, so I froze those overnight, so this will be dinner tonight. And I also cooked some collard greens, so I have my black-eyed peas, my collard greens. Only thing I'll have to cook is my chickpea crab cakes. And I brought with me some it's a little dark over here, but I brought with me a little bit of grapeseed oil to cook the crab cakes in. I'm hoping that they have a pan in here because I did not bring my skillet this time because I'm in a hotel that has a little mini kitchen. So hopefully I'll be good to go there. So yeah, so that'll do it for dinner. Welcome back to my Sankofa table. This is Tia, and yes, it's another day and another beach. I am here in the beautiful Charleston, South Carolina. I'm at the Isle of Palm Beach. As you can see, I have the beach behind me. I have my beach chair in front of me, which you can't see, but I'm just here getting it in again. Health and wellness, peace at the beach, and mind you, you also get a free pedicure when you're at the beach. You just dig your heels in the sand, so that's a quick tip. So anyway, I'm going to be visiting different places in Charleston, South Carolina. So if that's something you're interested in, then stay tuned, stick around, and I'll be sharing Charleston with you. That initial contact with the water is unbelievable. It's almost breathtaking. So nice. So family, I am out here in the beautiful Charleston, South Carolina, Isle of Palm.
And I want to show you what's in my lunch bag. So I just finished watching the latest episode of my Sankofa table while enjoying some plantain chips and hummus. And I have here some cold brewed tea that I just froze. It's still a little bit, a few pieces of ice in there. And I don't know what I have in here. I have an ice pack. I have a banana.
Most of us like to be out of the sun.
And under the ice pack, I have a container of cold watermelon. So, of course, I have some water. I have a little spring water with lime today to stay hydrated. So, that's what I have in my lunch bag this time around.
While waiting on the sunset, of course, a little fun in the sun. Fam, so welcome back. I know earlier I said that I had already prepared most of my dinner. So right now I'm cooking my crab cakes. I'm going to take those up. These are my chickpea crab cakes. I pre-mixed the batter at home. So the only thing I have to do now is just brown them on each side, which I've just done. And I have my collard greens warmed up. I have my, oh, that one's breaking apart, it's okay. I have my black-eyed peas warming up, and I'm about to have a nice southern meal. So I'm going to have vegan crab cakes, I'm going to have collard greens, and black-eyed peas. So, signing out. Check back in with you guys later. And a little seeded watermelon for dessert. Same drill, family. Rushing over to catch that dang on sunrise. And I'm telling you, it's early in the morning. I'm generally not a morning person, but for the sunrise, I'm there. Especially at the beach. In this case, parking is a little challenging at times. You have to kind of park alongside of the road in front of homes. So to walk to the beach, you have to kind of walk through a little path, little alleyway, and eventually you get there. I believe they do have a public parking side, but I tend to like to park, just alongside of the road and just cut through the alleyway, and then voila, you're at the beach. As you can see, I passed many sand dunes along the way. They are usually there to house and protect some of the things like sand snakes and turtles, maybe even crabs and things like that. And they are protected, so we usually leave those alone. And the wait begins. Another day, another sunrise. I'm waiting, I'm ready. So if the clouds move out the way, I think the sun was supposed to rise at 6:55 a.m. Right now it's like 6:59. So either the sun is late, my weather report was wrong, or we just need to wait for the clouds to move out of the way so we can see the beautiful sunrise. That's it. And with a little patience, the sun finally came out nice and bright. Had a chance to collect some seashells, chill out, hang out, and rush back to the room to do what? Eat breakfast. And also get packed up because it's just an overnight trip. While walking through the dunes, I am certainly thinking about how I'm going to spend the rest of my day before heading back home. Say bye to the beach. Bye. I always find it intriguing of the things that you see along the way, like the flowers. And this time I even saw blueberries. That was interesting. Didn't see them coming, but I certainly saw them as I was leaving. Back in the car. So family, I am still in Isle of Palm Beach in Charleston, South Carolina, and I was gonna cook some loaded grits this morning with I was gonna have some avocado toast, and I had already bought all the stuff with me, but I changed my mind. So this morning I'm having loaded cereal instead. So I have my spelt flakes, I have blueberries that I bought from home, I have a banana that I got from downstairs at the hotel, I have my coconut milk here, and I have some warming vanilla tea. So I'm all set. I'm gonna have my breakfast, or break my fast. Breaking it a little early today because I need to gather everything and get checked out of the hotel and head over to the market over in the downtown area of Charleston. So that's what I'm doing. All right, I have arrived at the market. Time to find parking. It is as lively as you can imagine, full of vendors, full of tourists, full of some of everybody. In addition to the vendors, there's usually young kids out selling the little homemade or handmade flowers, and I always like to buy them, so by now I have a small collection of them. So glad we found great parking alongside of the street. Now it's time to go in the market, shop around. There's several vendors that I typically like to shop with every time I visit the city market. I like to patronize the foundational Black American vendors with their spices, their soaps, some of the artwork. So that's pretty much what I'm on the lookout for. And because there's so few foundational Black American vendors in the market, my market visit is usually pretty quick. So glad that I found the spice vendor that I have patronized over and over in the past. So I'll pick out my spices and then on to the art. So challenging picking out art because it's all so beautiful. Welcome back to my Sankofa table. This is Tia. I'm still hanging out in Charleston, South Carolina. Right now I am at the market, the Charleston City Market. It's all behind me. I've actually walked through. I've met several vendors. I've bought some nice spices. I checked out some soaps. I bought some art. So I'm still hanging out here in Charleston, y'all. So I'll see you soon. Signing out. While visiting Charleston, you may hear the term Gullah or Geechee people. They're people who are descendants of enslaved Africans from several tribal groups of West and Central Africa. They were forced to work on the plantations of coastal North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida.
How long have you been out here?
About 10 years.
10 years. Wow, same location?
Same location.
Nice.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. I'll be I have my own company down here next spring.
Now, congratulations.
This will be the Sweetgrass Rafting Tour. I run the tour.
Okay.
This will be a public and a private tour.
Nice.
My whole company will be the first of its kind in Charleston.
Okay.
So
What's the name of the company? So we can look it up.
It'll be called the Start Sweetgrass Basket Tour.
Okay.
I give you a card.
Will it be a walking tour or
It'll be a riding tour.
a riding tour?
Yeah.
So you're going to tour?
I'm going to take you like to the aisle and kind of show you about the basket, you know,
Nice.
where it originated from,
Right.
type
The
of people who
history of
made it. Exactly, the full history of the
Very
basket.
nice.
Which will be the first of its kind in Charleston. And these baskets been there forever.
Yes.
But
And
they
they're
never
very
had
popular.
They never had a tour. This is the craft of South Carolina here.
Oh, well, you're tapping into a nice
I'm
little
tapping
niche.
in. Exactly.
Well, congratulations.
Exactly.
That's a fantastic idea. Because I think we should know more about the basket.
I already got a group of 30 women from Kiowa already. I haven't even started yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
to selecting the type of grass here, is there a process of drying it out, or?
It's a process of drying out. We got to go somewhere like Ridgeville, South Carolina to pick it up because all the development in this particular area, that kind of root up all the harvests that we had in this particular area.
Wow.
So we got to go out like Savannah, exactly, all the way out. Exactly, but they have a private acre of land out there. They have like 53,000 acres.
Yeah.
So we go out there. You only go like 2 months of the year. That's June and July. So you got to put all you can.
You got to stock
exactly.
up. Oh,
exactly.
for the whole year.
Exactly.
Or half a year.
You get enough to last you for like 2-3 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that'll be very interesting. You said it's going to be next year.
Starting in the spring.
Okay.
Next year.
Okay.
You can take the public or you can take the private tour. But it will all be set up.
All right. Thank you.
No, we'll start next year.
Next year.
It'll be the Sweetgrass Basket Tour, yeah.
Oh, a Sweetgrass Tour. You're
Exactly.
Donald Scott?
That's me.
Okay, nice to meet you,
That's
Donald.
me. That's me.
Oh, wow. And
It's-
is this tour in Charleston?
This tour is going to be picked up here in Charleston.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take you to various areas, kind of give you a little history and kind of a little insight on the basket. Matter of fact, I'm going to even show you the pattern, the DNA that's in these baskets, that after the Emancipation Proclamation, when the enslaved people were actually free, they were auctioned off to different slave owners throughout the South, and Texas coming back toward the South, because North Carolina and Charleston was originally called the rice area. But in this particular basket, they used for the sifting of the rice right here out of West and Central Africa. This basket here is $1,500, but it takes 6 weeks to put this basket together. Yeah, there's no mass production here. People love the Fanta baskets, but these are the original, this original style they used in the 1600s to help in that rice process, in the rice production here in Charleston.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are there more of these in this area than Savannah? Yeah.
There are more in this area than any place in the United States. You can't find these baskets but 2 places, in Charleston and in Africa. No other place you will find these baskets.
Not in Beaufort?
You will not find these in Beaufort. You will not find these in Savannah.
Gotta come here.
And the reason is for that is because right off the peninsula right here, the east side of Charleston, the East Cooper, that's where the slave ship dock right there. And that'll be my first stop and show you what you call Gadsden Wharf. They're building a brand new museum over there, which will be the new slave museum here in Charleston.
Oh, that's
So beautiful. Look at that.
That's what you call
so
it.
beautiful. Go places anywhere where health and wellness is around, and this right here has got to be a lot of
That is good.
health and wellness
great.
and meditation to come up with something so beautiful.
Okay,
So
okay.
this is really nice.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, please do. What?
Yeah,
Now you were going to tell me what this style was.
I was going to show this is an elephant ear centerpiece here. It uses a centerpiece that has like 5 ears on it.
Okay.
It has
So how many different styles of basketry?
Well, it's
or the most popular ones?
It's the most popular ones are the elephant ears,
Elephant
the
ears.
four corners right here, serving
Oh,
tray,
nice.
the Fanta basket, and the bread tray.
Okay.
Now the oblong bread tray is more popular than the oval shape because
Okay.
you take a little longer to make the oblong style.
Okay.
But my signature will be fine in my basket, which will be the double loop, one woven work you see here.
Okay.
No other basket I do understand from Mount Pleasant to Charleston do not see that design right here. You see something like this right here.
Okay.
That's
And
my
you
design
have
right
yours
there.
crossed.
Exactly.
Oh,
You
man,
see
that's
inside my
awesome.
handle
Yes.
here? And my handle here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm so glad.
I usually have
And
more.
people use these when they get married.
Oh man, I did several weddings. I did massage, everything. I do the rooms for the table.
Yeah, I think it's only fitting if you're from this area or if you get married in this area. It's only fitting.
Do the Charleston wedding.
I mean, what else
Exactly.
do you need?
But you guys so
So
nice.
this is exclusive.
Exactly.
All right.
This is an instrument we use here to actually put these baskets together. It's
Okay.
a piece of fork or spoon. That's all this is. Made into like a little bone, so we call it like a nail bone. We do what they call a row by row stitch here. We go
Okay.
a quarter inch to the top. And the reason I'm going a quarter inch to the top, that I'm making a starter piece, the
Okay.
bottom. I don't need it to start shifting to the left. I don't need it to shift to the right now. I don't want to bring it up. I want to do a flat bottom till I get maybe about 5-6 inches out, which will determine what type of basket I'm going to make at that particular point.
Okay.
So I keep on going on with this. I'm using palmetto from the state tree of South Carolina, the palmetto tree over there. And gullet is called maida. It's the same thing. Okay, maida and palmetto is the same thing. Only thing, palmetto is English, maida is gullet. Okay, you see me put this basket together here.
Yes.
kind of making a stitch here.
Okay.
Going in. I gotta
You're
go.
holding it tight, right?
I'm holding it tight,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going through each one of these little holes here.
About a quarter.
Look, now you know it's nice and tight. Pull it nice and tight. Down in there. And the piece, I don't need that no more, so
Okay.
I'm just left that
I
off.
was just about to ask.
I'm
So
ready
what
to
do you
go.
do with, what do you do with that? So you
I'm
cut
ready to
that
roll.
off. So you good to go. You thickened
Yes,
it.
yes,
You
I'm
got
ready
your
to go.
longer thread here.
There you go. I'm ready to go now. So these two instruments right here,
Scissors and a nail
and
gun.
the nail,
And your
and the head,
material.
and the talent.
Yes.
That's what you see.
And the patience.
There you go. So we go from trash
To treasure, honey.
to craft
Masterpiece.
to craft.
Masterpiece. Yes. Oh, wow.
Thank you guys, man,
Thank
for
you.
sticking
Thank
around.
you for sharing exclusively with us.
Yes, ma'am.
And we
Yes,
will
ma'am.
definitely be on the lookout for that tour.
Exactly, and I'll
'Cause,
definitely be looking
I would-
for your program here also
Yes.
for my health and my wellness, so I can
Absolutely.
stay around as long as.
Hello. Hey family, I am still here in Charleston, South Carolina. Right now I'm at the Battery, just taking a minute to remember the ancestors.
While I cannot cover all of Charleston's history in 29 minutes of this program, I do implore you to do some research on your own to find out about the Civil War and slavery and other historical facts. Before getting back on the road, took a minute to ride by the museum to see the progress. After 20 years of planning, the new International African American Museum is set to open January 2023. All right, fam, so it's been a long day visiting, sightseeing, touring, checking things out here in Charleston, South Carolina. I'm still down here in the historic downtown area near the Battery and the riverfront and museums and shops and restaurants and all that good stuff. But I have to take a minute, have to take a pause for the cause and eat me some lunch. So what I have is some soup that I prepared while at home. Before I left the hotel, or before I checked out of the hotel, I warmed it up, put it in my stainless steel can. It's still nice and hot, so I'm just gonna take a moment to enjoy my soup and drink me a little water before getting on the road and heading to the next stop, which is probably home. So I'll check back in. Thanks.